So welcome to the description of the pirate campout that our pack is going to have tomorrow. Thought that I would use this as a way to brief all of the den leaders what we're actually going to be doing so that in the morning you're ready to go. Just as a note, this was originally planned as a Friday, Saturday, Sunday campout, and because of the wonderful rain outside, we are having just a day camp. So it'll be from 8 a.m. to 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So I will try. We've been working on trying to get this set and adjusted for that kind of day. So just the highlights of what we will do. It's a pirate campout, and so I'm going to walk you through what the stations will do and what each of the different games are. It's similar to what we did when we built a medieval theme, but instead of building castles, each den is going to build a pirate ship, and they will create a flag. They'll name their boat. The kids can wear some pirate attire to bling up if they want. And then we will go through and start the day at 8:30 with a flag ceremony, and then follow straight into that with preparations until 10. People have from 10 to 12 to work on all of their different stations, all their different treasure hunts, and then lunch at 12 to 1, which is Sloppy Joe's, will be provided from 1 to 3:30. They need to wrap up their events and their stations that they're working on, and then they'll have some free time and dinner. We'll have a campfire program. We have a very nice video, and then we'll have our Arab Light ceremony. So here are the details for the stations. As I said, we will do preparations, and I'll describe that. That takes about an hour and 15 minutes to do that. And then we will do these different stations. We have 8 stations. They are going to be run by the Boy Scouts, and plus 2 older sisters who are there to run it. The whole entire program tomorrow, while it's a pirate theme, the undercurrent is scouting skills. And so we're doing it on the 12 points of the Boy Scout law. Starting next year, the program is changing, and all of the scouts, including little tigers, will start to learn that scouting law. So it's good to start to embed that in everyone now. So basically the idea is you go to your station, you run your exercise, and when you finish, if you're successful, you're going to get a puzzle piece as a den. And then by the end of the 8 stations, you should have 8 puzzle pieces. You can put them together on your map, and they will form the beginnings of a clue. But what will be noticed quite quickly is that even if they form the clues and they fit all together, your map means nothing until you join back at the end of the day and connect with all of the other dens. And that will be when we can finally see the full treasure map. And I'll show you how that will work at the end. So in preparations, first start of the day, the den leaders will lead this. So you'll take your den. There is a box made for each den leader for you to pick up your supplies. You will get your pirate name. I'll show you how to do that. You will make a name tag. You can decorate. The boys can decorate that name tag. They need to put that on. They'll each get eye patches and beads and a tattoo, so they can apply their own tattoos, a couple of them, to look more piratey and tough. They need to give their pirate crew a name, so they will come up with, who knows what they'll come up with. And then they will paint a flag that shows that name. So there are materials here. This is what the flag looks like. Basically, it's a white piece of material. It's bigger than this. And then you paint on it, decorate it. There are 3 sticks given to you, tongue depressors. Duct tape them together, tape it to the flag, voila, you have a flag. You will then need to create your pirate ship. So this is what's going to take most of the time. We have provided, I think there's a couple hundred boxes we are bringing with us, cardboard empty boxes. You will be given box cutters, den leaders only with the box cutters, and some paint and some duct tape to make your pirate ship. So you can draw on that, the boys can design it, and then put some portals in it, and that will become your fort for later in the day. So later in the day, we have a big battle with Blackbeard. That is a surprise, by the way. Do not tell people that Blackbeard is coming. But we will use that as our forts to defend ourselves. This is how you do your pirate name. This will be included in the sheet with your stuff. It is the first letter of your first name and the last letter of your last name. So Angie, I am A, so I am Rusty. And the last name ends in N, so I am Rusty McStinky. Nice name. And so that would be the pirate name that I will be wearing for the day. By morning, I might adjust that to be something like Squidlets. I think I like that better. Regardless, then we will start in with the station. So station number 1 is all around Trustworthy. So give me just a minute while I find Trustworthy. I'll put it here. It's a little bit out of order. And so Trustworthy is all about rush hour traffic. So basically they're going to divide, the scouts will divide into pairs of 2. Hopefully if it's not even, one of the leaders can be part of the pair. And one is a car and one is a driver. And the driver stands behind, puts his shoulders on the car, and then the facilitator, who is running it, will call out, traffic is going, slow down for the school area, speed up, you're on the freeway. And each of the cars are blindfolded. So the only way that they know how to go is that the driver is standing behind and directing them. And they can honk, beep beep, but they can't really talk. So they are the ones that are blindfolded have to drive around on the freeways without running into other cars, and they have to trust the person that's driving them. And then we'll switch, and the others can become the driver. So this is a chance to prove that scouts really are trustworthy in the rush hour traffic game. Okay, next we have loyal. So under loyal, we will be making something to defend ourselves and to defend our ships. And this is all about making a cannon. So the cannon will be taking our stomp rockets that we have and adjusting them using paper towel rolls that hopefully people remember to bring, and duct tape. And each of the den leaders get their stomp rocket, and they have to figure out how to turn that into a cannon that shoots ping pong balls, which are cannonballs. And the boys will get to decorate their cannonballs to be used. And so that is the station. They can make their cannonball cannon, and then they can practice launching a few of them. So that is what this station is. The next one is all around helpful and clean. So the helpful and clean, helpful and clean. Where are you? Sorry, this one. So here is the storyline. This is an old pirate, and he comes out dressed in a scout uniform, but he is completely messed up. He has his cap on backwards, his neckerchief is not tied, his collar is standing up, he has pins all over his uniform, all in the wrong spots, his sleeves are rolled up, his shirt is misbuttoned, it's untucked, he has something smeared all over his face, if I can find Nutella. And his Weeblows braid is pinned on his front pocket, and then some kind of weird non-scout patch, I don't know, Minecraft or something, is stuck on his uniform. And so the boys will be given a piece of paper like this to be able to write what are the 10 things wrong with this. So a scout is clean. So once they do that, they can discuss why is it important that a scout is clean. Then they are talking about a scout is helpful. So then this old pirate scout will say that he just got this great bounty, but he can't get it all tied up. He's all thumbs when it comes to knots, and so he needs to get his bounty tied up so he can take it with him. And he also needs help in connecting 2 ropes to tie his pet crocodile. So first, you're going to go practice a square knot, which is the knot you'll use to tie up the bounty, to tie it into a package so that he can take it. And then if you have time, especially for the older kids, to go into a sheet bend knot. So these are the 2 most popular knots. There is a knot board for you to practice on, so it's there, and the scout will help you learn to tie these. Then once you're ready, excuse me, it's a bit late. Once you are ready, you will actually tie up his bounty and help tie down his pet crocodile. If I can't find a crocodile by morning, he will have a pet cow, because I have a cow. It'll be a strange pirate. All right, the next one is around friendly and courteous. And when the pirate is friendly and courteous, he will actually be working on his good manners belt loop. And so this is the good manners belt loop. You will make a poster that lists 5 good manners and then show it to your den and family. Then you will start to learn to introduce two people. So you will introduce an adult to a kid, so one of the parents to one of the children, so learn how to introduce people. And then you will write a thank you note to someone who has done something nice for you. So that will be enough to earn your good manners belt loop. But in addition to that, you will play the good manners game. So basically you will pull a name from, or you'll pull a slip from the hat, and it's pantomimes. It's, you will act it out doing it the wrong way. And then people will try to guess what you're doing. So here are the manners. And this is like turn your back on a friend when he's talking to you. Or push a friend out of the way when he's trying to sit down and then you steal his chair. Interrupt when someone is speaking. So these will be cut into slips. Now the scouts will pull them out of the hat and then they will act them out. And then finally, we will send a message in a bottle. So all good pirates know how to send a message in a bottle. The kids will write something nice on a piece of paper and they will stuff it in the plastic bottles that hopefully they remember to bring. And then we will figure out some way to float them at the end of the day. And then randomly kids can draw them and find a nice message at the end of the day for them to read. So that is the puzzle pieces of courteous and friendly. Then we go to kind and brave. So kind and brave. Whoops, hang on. Kind and brave comes this. Here we go. It is an obstacle course. So this obstacle course will be set up. The first thing they will do is walk the plank. You can see here that it is basically a board that is between 2 crates, and so they will walk that plank. And then, this is all timed by the way, and then they will swab the deck. These are black balloons with a broom. They have to push them all into one place to get the deck clean. Then they run, and they have to hop like hopscotch. You know, 1 foot, 2 feet, 1 foot, 2 foot. And then they have to, something weird is going to happen right here. And den leaders, it's important that you do not help. Okay, let's see what the scouts do. A maiden in distress will come along in the middle of their obstacle course and they will drop a bunch of books. It is the scouts' choice whether they stop and help or not. If they do decide to stop, the stopwatch will freeze. And while they help pick up all the books and hand them to her and send her on her way. And then it'll only begin again once they are able to help the girl and then move on. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody actually stops and helps. Then comes escape, which is a slalom. Basically, they will run the slalom course in, out, in, out, in, out as they go through. Followed by having to crawl through a spider web, see, to get through. And then finally to crawl on their belly under a table to get to the finish line, something like this. Now, the twist is that they've all done something like this. This is no big deal, except that they will do it in pairs inside the same t-shirt. And so they will have to figure out how to do this as a team. So they will go through and prove their bravery and their kindness. And the average of all the different teams is their score. Next, we have obedient and thrifty. So obedient and thrifty starts here. And it's basically a game of Simon Says, except it is Blackbeard Says. And so before the din arrives, the leader that's doing this, not the leader, the station leader, will bury the jewels and coins and finger puppets in the sand, and each kid will dig until they have one of each. And the point of this game is to play Simon Says, but giving them directions that will eventually lead them to their buried treasure. So hopefully at least one person in each den makes it all the way through to the treasure and can dig up the treasure. And then, once they have it, we start to talk about what to do with that treasure, because there's some coins in there. So we start to talk about, should we just spend it all? Or once we get money, how do we be thrifty? So as a scout, we are also supposed to be thrifty. And so we talk about how sometimes, as soon as you get money, to put some away for giving, some away for charity, some away for savings, for whatever it is you're savings for, and then the stuff that you want to spend it on. And, you know, as they get older, this becomes more and more important that they really learn how to manage their money. The next couple of sheets are conversation pieces about how to help your family save money. It talks about things like turning off the electricity, turning off the lights, to reuse things, to clip coupons, etc. So this is something that the den leaders and the station leader can walk the kids through. And then this is also quite interesting from the crazycouponlady.com. All the places that kids eat free in the day of the week. And this was good as of the end of the year. So you should call and check and make sure it's still good. But what a great way to save money going out to eat. It also talks about reusable items at home. And then finally ending with a game that talks about name that slogan. And probably the kids know all of these different advertising slogans. But the idea is to start to say, why do companies advertise? And what is it that they want the children to do, or want people to do when they see these advertisements? So that's the whole section on obedient and thrifty. Then we have something on cheerful. And cheerful is a stretch as far as where do I put this. But it is the Heritage's belt loop. And the reason that I call it cheerful is because you're working with your family. So that's the best that I could do with the cheerful. But the first thing is you're going to be taught some pirate words, how to speak like a pirate. So you'll learn to say ahoy, arr, and blimey, and me be doing this and me be doing that. And then they'll teach them some phrases to say today. So like when you see your mom, you say ahoy, me beauty, ahoy, mate, aye, aye, captain. And then just to start to teach them the Scout Oath, but in pirate language. So the Scout Oath, starting next year, will be the Boy Scout Oath, which is very close to the Cub Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Except we will do it in pirate. On me honor, I will do me best, to do me duty to God and me country, to obey the Scout Law, to help the lad and lasses at all times and keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. So anyway, that's a little bit of play to help them try to make it fun to learn the Scout Law. We will follow that with the Heritage's belt loop and talk about the history of Blackbeard, one of the most famous pirates. He's actually a real pirate, not a made-up pirate. And it starts to introduce you to talking about family heritage. So first we'll talk about the heritage of this pirate. And then the scouts will each work with their families to talk about family heritage, where you're from, what culture you're from. Make a poster that shows your origin. So I'm half Greek, so maybe I can, draw the Acropolis or something. And then finally to draw a family tree showing 3 generations. And the parents will need to help with this. But this will be enough to earn the Heritage's belt loop. Followed by that is the last one on reverent. And for reverent, they will do a reading of a poem. And then they will follow it with the thankful game. So here is A Scout is Reverent. It's first to talk a bit about what does it mean to be reverent. We will read through the poem and then play the game. So here is the poem. It talks to me about, I think it's called God Forgive Me When I Whined. And it just says, to give you a sample, today upon a bus I saw a girl with golden hair. I envied her, she seemed so gay. When she rose to leave, I saw her hobble down the aisle. She had one leg, and she used a crutch, but as she passed, she smiled. Oh, God forgive me when I whine. I have 2 legs, the world is mine. And it talks about being thankful. And then the last is the thankful game. So they sit in a circle, and they can pass a ball around, and as they get the ball, they can say what they're thankful for and why. And then when they finish all of those exercises, they should have puzzle pieces that look like this. So this is one bin right here. And they will have all 8 of their puzzle pieces. But you can see that to get the whole pirate map, which looks like this, on the back side of this puzzle, you have to have all 8 of the different dens come together and make that puzzle. And on there, we'll talk about what emergency we're having and what is the solution to that emergency. So basically, the emergency is that Blackbeard has captured a lass. That is one of the Weebo 2 moms. She is being held in distress. And the pirates will have to defend her honor. And so they will go run to their forts, get their cannons, load the cannonballs, and they will have to bomb Blackbeard until he finally gives up and releases the location of the maiden in distress, and then the boys will go and rescue her. And that marks the end of our day. And we will have free time and then go to dinner and move into the evening's program. So that's it. Den leaders, hope you ready to go and enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions, I'm around in the morning. Thanks.